Jeremiah 1. The words of Jeremiah son of Hilkiah, of the Kohanim who were in Anathoth, in the land of Benjamin, to whom the word of Hashem came in the days of Josiah son of Ammon, king of Judah, in the 13th year of his reign. The word of Hashem came to him also in the days of Jehoiakim, son of Josiah, king of Judah, until the end of the 11th year of Zedekiah, son of Josiah, king of Judah, until Jerusalem was exiled in the 5th month. The word of Hashem came to me, saying, Before I formed you in the belly, I knew you, and before you left the womb, I sanctified you. I established you as a prophet unto the nations. But I said, Alas, my Lord Hashem Elohim, see, I do not know how to speak, for I am just a youth. Then Hashem said to me, Do not say I am just a youth. Rather, wherever I shall send you, you shall go, and whatever I shall command you, you shall speak. Do not fear them, for I am with you to rescue you. The word of Hashem. Then Hashem extended his hand and touched my mouth. And Hashem said to me, Behold, I have placed my words in your mouth. See, I have appointed you this day over the nations and over the kingdoms, to uproot and to smash, and to destroy and to overthrow, and to build and to plant. The word of Hashem then came to me, saying, What do you see, Jeremiah? And I said, I see a staff of an almond tree. Hashem said to me, You have seen well, for I hasten to fulfill my word. The word of Hashem came to me a second time, saying, What do you see? And I said, I see a bubbling pot, and its spout is facing north. Hashem said to me, From the north the evil will be released upon all the inhabitants of the land. For behold, I am calling all the families of the kingdoms of the north, the word of Hashem. And they shall come, and each of them shall place his throne at the entrance of Jerusalem's gates, and by all its walls round about, and by all the cities of Judah. I shall pronounce my judgments against Judah for all their evil. For they have forsaken me and burned incense to the gods of others, and prostrated themselves to their own handiwork. And as for you, you shall gird your loins, and get up and speak to them all that I command you. Do not be frightened of them, lest I let you be broken before them. For behold, I have set you this day as a fortified city, an iron pillar and copper walls against the entire land, against the kings of Judah, against its leaders, against its priests, and against the people of the land. They will wage war with you, but will be unable to defeat you. For I am with you, the word of Hashem, to rescue you. Jeremiah 2. The word of Hashem came to me, saying, Go and call out in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, Thus said Hashem, I recall for you the kindness of your youth, the love of your nuptials, your following me into the wilderness, into an unsown land. Israel is holy to Hashem, the first of his crop. All who devour it will be held guilty. Evil shall come upon them. The word of Hashem. Hear the word of Hashem, O house of Jacob, and all families of the house of Israel. Thus said Hashem, What wrong did your forefathers find in me, that they distanced themselves from me, and pursued futility, and became futile? But they did not say, Where is Hashem, who brought us up from the land of Egypt, who led us in the wilderness, in a land of desert and pit, in a land of waste and the shadow of death, in a land through which no man passed, and where no person settled? I brought you into a fruitful land, to eat its fruit and bounty. But you came and contaminated my land, and made my heritage into an abomination. The Kohanim did not say, Where is Hashem? Those charged with teaching the Torah did not know me. The shepherds rebelled against me. The prophets prophesied by the Baal, and they went after those that cannot avail. Therefore I will yet contend with you, the word of Hashem, and with your children's children I will contend. Traverse the isles of the Kittites and observe. Send forth unto Kedar and consider deeply, and see whether there has ever been such a thing. Has a nation ever exchanged its gods, though they are not genuine gods? Yet my people has exchanged its glory for something of no avail. Be astounded, O heavens, over this. Rage forth in storm. Be greatly devastated. The word of Hashem. For my people has committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the source of living waters, to dig for themselves cisterns, broken cisterns that cannot hold water. Is Israel a slave? Is he born to a housemaid? Why has he become prey? Young lions have roared over him. They have raised their voice. They have made his land wasteland. His cities have been devastated, without inhabitant. Even the people of Noph and Tahpanhes will smash your skull. Has this not been done to you because you forsake Hashem, your God, when he leads you on a path? And now, what is there for you on the road to Egypt? To drink the waters of the Nile? And what is there for you on the road to Assyria? To drink the waters of the Euphrates? Your evil shall castigate you. Your waywardness shall chasten you. Realize and understand that your forsaking of Hashem, your God, is evil and bitter, and that my awe was not upon you. The word of my Lord, Hashem Elohim, Master of legions. For I have always broken your yoke and torn off your straps, and you have said, I will not transgress. Yet upon every lofty hill and upon every leafy tree you wander like a harlot. I had planted you from a choice vine, entirely of faithful seed. How then have you turned yourself into an inferior alien vine before me? Even if you were to wash with niter and to use much soap, your iniquity has become a stain before me. The word of my Lord, Hashem Elohim. How can you say, I have not become contaminated? I have not gone after the Baalim. See your pathway in the valley and recognize what you have done, like a young camel careening in her ways, like a wild donkey accustomed to the wilderness. At her soul's desire, she sucks in air. Who can restrain her serpentine manner? All who seek her should not weary themselves, for in her mouth they will find her. Withhold your foot from barefootedness and your throat from thirst. But you have said, it is hopeless. No, for I am in love with strangers, and after them will I go. Like the shame of a thief when he is discovered, so has the house of Israel been shamed. They, their kings, their princes, their priests, and their prophets. They say to the wood, you are my father, and to the stone, you have borne us. To me they turned their backs and not their faces. But in their time of distress they will say, arise and save us. Now, where are your gods that you made for yourself? Let them arise, if they can save you, in the time of your distress. For as the number of your cities were your gods, O Judah, why should you contend with me? You have all rebelled against me, the word of Hashem. In vain did I strike your children, for they did not accept rebuke. Your sword has devoured your prophets like a destructive lion. O generation, contemplate the word of Hashem. Have I been a wilderness to Israel, or a land of deep darkness? Why have my people said, we separate ourselves from you. We will no longer come to you. Can a maiden forget her jewelry, a bride her adornments? Yet my people have forgotten me for days without number. How you adorned your way to seek love, indeed, To the greatest evils have you accustomed your ways. Even on your hems is found the blood of poor, innocent souls. You did not discover them in a break-in. For all these I condemn you, that you say, "No, I am pure. His anger will subside from me." Behold, I am entering into judgment with you because of your saying, "I have not sinned." How very much you demean yourself to change your way. You will be shamed even by Egypt, as you were shamed by Assyria. From this alliance also you will emerge clapping your hands to your head, for Hashem has rejected your guarantors. You will not succeed with them. Jeremiah 3, saying, if a man divorces his wife, and she goes from him and marries another man, can he return to her again? Would that not bring profound guilt upon the land? Yet you have committed adultery with many lovers, and would now return to me? The word of Hashem. Lift your eyes to the hilltops and see. Where have you not been lain with? On the roads you awaited your lovers, like an Arab in the desert. You have brought guilt upon the land with your adultery and with your evil. The raindrops have been withheld, and the late rain did not happen. Yet you have the boldness of a harlot woman. You refuse to be ashamed. If only from now on you would call me my father. You are the master of my youth. Would he bear a grudge forever, or keep it in mind eternally? Nevertheless, behold, you spoke and carried out evil deeds as much as you could. Hashem said to me in the days of King Josiah, have you seen what rebellious Israel did? She went unto every high mountain and under every leafy tree and committed adultery there. I said, even after she had done all these things, return to me. But she did not return. And her unfaithful sister Judah saw what befell her. And I saw that despite the fact that I divorced wayward Israel because of her adultery and gave to her a bill of divorce, unfaithful Judah, her sister, was not afraid. She too went and committed adultery. So it happened that with the frivolity of her adultery, she brought guilt upon the land, because she committed adultery with stone and wood idols. Despite all this, the unfaithful one, her sister Judah, did not return to me with all her heart, but only falsely. The word of Hashem. And Hashem said to me, wayward Israel was more virtuous than unfaithful Judah. Go and proclaim these words towards the north, and say, return, O wayward Israel, the word of Hashem. I will not cast down my anger upon you, for I am the beneficent one, the word of Hashem. And I will not bear a grudge forever. But you must recognize your sin, that you have rebelled against Hashem your God, and that you have spread out your ways to seek strange gods under every leafy tree, and you did not heed my voice, the word of Hashem. Return, O wayward sons, the word of Hashem, for I shall be your master. I shall take you, even one from a city and two from a family, and I shall bring you to Zion. I shall appoint shepherds for you according to my own heart, and they will care for you with knowledge and wisdom. And it shall be that when you multiply and become fruitful in the land, in those days, the word of Hashem, they will no longer say, the ark of the covenant of Hashem, and it will not come to mind. They will not mention it and will not recall it, and it will not be used anymore. At that time, people will call Jerusalem the throne of Hashem, and all the nations will be gathered to her in the name of Hashem, to Jerusalem. They will no longer follow the visions of their evil heart. In those days, the house of Judah will walk with the house of Israel, and they will come together from the land of the north to the land that I have given as a possession, to your fathers. I had said, how can I place you among the other children? So I gave you a cherished land, the heritage coveted by the multitudes of nations. And I said, call me my father, and do not turn away from behind me. But like a woman who was unfaithful to her mate, you have been unfaithful to me, O house of Israel. The word of Hashem. A voice is heard on the hilltops, the crying of the children of Israel's supplications, for they have corrupted their ways. They have forgotten Hashem, their God. But I say to them, return, O wayward sons, and I will heal your waywardness. Say, behold, we come to you, for you are Hashem, our God. Truly it was falsehood that we worshipped from the hills, the multitude of mountains. For truly in Hashem, our God, is the salvation of Israel. But the shameful idolatry has devoured the toil of our fathers from our youth, their sheep and their cattle, their sons and their daughters. We lie down in our own shame, and our humiliation covers us. For we have sinned to Hashem our God, we and our forefathers, from our youth until this very day. And we have not heeded the voice of Hashem our God.